Sondas, your video.
Hi, I am not able to open it. Could you allow me, please? Could you enable it?
Try now.
Yes, hi.
Hi, so you want to give a bit of an intro about yourself?
Yes, so my name is Sundus Darwish, and also known as Sundus Amdadel, and I am the co-founder of this amazing project, Mission Elixir. And I'm very happy to be a part of this webinar today. I hope we can provide the best value for you guys. And one thing you should know, this is a part of a webinar series that we're going to be having every weekend, so stay tuned for that.
So we want to start off by telling you a bit more about Mission Elixir and how it started. So it all started as a clothing brand. We have a friend, and in an attempt to save a suicidal person due to the war in Ukraine, our friend lost his job and was pressured into taking loans from banks and friends to provide for his family. Unable to pay the loan, the individual was pressured to committing suicide to stop banks from taking possession of his family's home. The banks restricted travel for him, and until the loan was paid, basically traveling outside of that country was not allowed for him. So Mission Elixir started selling garments to gather funds to repay this loan. And from there on, it became something much larger. Elixir now is a not-for-profit organization that seeks to provide personal development coaching, promote mental health well-being, and we also conduct research and development into advanced healing systems. We also provide a suicide prevention hotline, which can be accessed from our website, and there's a phone number over there. Death by suicide is a very, very complex issue that causes pain to hundreds of thousands of people every year. Approximately 800,000 commit suicide every year. That's one person every 40 seconds. There are various reasons, but some of the main reasons are chronic pain, discrimination, bullying, violence, abuse, mental health, worldly pressure. So our vision is that Mission Elixir becomes a global mission where people from every country, every culture, any nationality can come on board and contribute towards this mission. And basically, we are currently trying to build a knowledge base for individuals in various topics. Alongside that, we would be introducing naturopathy products, and there are also therapy sessions that are available online. Our mission is to save as many lives as possible and positively impact the lives of individuals who are just seeking to advance themselves to a higher level. We contribute towards a goal that we have set of positively impacting 3 billion lives by 2025. Mission Elixir also contributes towards United Nations SDGs 3 and 4. So some of the initiatives that we have taken is collaboration with universities and workplaces. We will be going around in teams and hosting seminars for students, anybody who really wants to attend. And the workplace is a very important aspect of this, where people sort of go to work and they do their job, but at the end, are they satisfied with the life they're living? That is something very important to us as well. So we've also talked about the suicide prevention hotline, and it's available globally 24/7. And we are seeking to expand in various countries and possibly also collaborate with governments to build upon this. In terms of naturopathy, we're sort of combining the best of all the worlds, say Chinese medicine, Ayurveda from India, or conventional naturopathy using, fruits, vegetables, all of these things. This is something in development, and we are working with our partners to develop Healthy and a bar named Purple Fruit, which is a alcohol-free bar, but it has that fun aspect to it. So these are the Elixir hearts, and these hearts are for individuals to speak without words. Sometimes we hold something inside and we are unable to tell what it is to the entire world. It's difficult to express. So these hearts, which are put on shirts, if somebody feels they want to help in a certain area, they can wear that shirt and we will know right away what aspect they are feeling internally and try to help them out. So there's Life Elixir, which is to provide a helping hand, like our friend in Russia, actually, who, with the loans and everything, is stuck in a situation and can't see a solution. Love Elixir is something there for, broken hearts or heartbreak, emotional pain, anything regarding that. Then Healing Elixir. It's when there's physical disease, chronic pain, anything related to actual, the well-being of the individual. The Elixir website actually has many products, and we'll be expanding our range. So if you do want to contribute towards a mission, we don't accept donations, but rather if you want to help us out, just buy any product you like from the Elixir store. If you have any requests for a certain product, please write us and we will try to cater for it.
And also all of our products are pretty much sustainable. So this is one of our mission as well, to stay as green as possible.
Correct. So Elixir Life is something that we will focus on personal development coaching, career coaching, health and wellness talks. We would have guest speakers from various industries and countries, and also provide guidance and coaching on relationships. So let me if you would like to join the Elixir community, you can either sign up on our website or join our WhatsApp groups and meetup groups, where we will actually have in-person meetings and maybe even one-on-one coaching and private groups for all of these different topics. So I'll hand you over to my colleague here, who will talk more about career coaching. Sandos, over to you.
Okay. Okay, so basically, first thing you should know about me, actually, some of you are my friends over here in the attendees, so maybe you already know this fact. that I have been working since I was 16. And the thing is, I have always dreamt about being a businesswoman, and I've never stopped actually developing myself. And I didn't really limit myself to basically school or what we take in school. I always wanted to expand myself to even be better than that. And I am going to show you basically the tips that I have followed and also the tips from professional people in this presentation. So, unlock your potential, the path to professional growth. Let's go. Okay, so as my partner here explained, that basically in Elixir, we do many things from personal coaching to providing affordable therapy sessions for basically people who are in need. Many of us tend to struggle in silence and we don't really know exactly what is wrong with us. So the thing is, this was also like a personal story to me because basically passing through trauma therapy, this helped me open my mind and be much stronger to handle much better and much more difficult situations in my life. So the thing is, I decided to add this part in Elixir to also help many people who cannot afford a therapy to have that access as well. So basically, as my partner said as well, that we don't accept any donations, but what we do accept that if you buy any of our products, this is going to be directly back donated to people who are in need. Yeah, we can go next. Okay, so now we all want to develop a growth mindset. So the thing is, first thing, there's two different types of mindset that we tend to face in our lives. There's a person with a fixed mindset. That person doesn't want to grow. They just think that what they have reached to is what should be it. For example, we face this a lot with our parents or basically with the older generation. They are used to a specific type of lifestyle and they refuse to adapt to the new technologies that are happening there. So that's why they tend not to go forward. And for example, one of the biggest examples is basically Nokia. Nokia did not try to adapt or try to research the latest technologies. And that's why even though they were market leaders at some point, they were just left behind. So a growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through smart work. And the reason I say smart work is because many people tend to destroy their energy, thinking that what they're doing is, hard work and they're heading to their dreams, etc. But instead, they're actually just wasting their energy in the wrong places. So that's why I do recommend researching about smart work. Also, dedication. Most of you may confuse dedication with hard work. Hard work and dedication are different. Dedication is basically when you have a great plan, you have a great goal, but then, for example, you start and you drop, then this is going to take you so long to reach your goal, or else you're never actually going to be able to reach it. So the thing is, with dedication, this is basically the baby steps that you're taking every single day in order for you to reach to your goal. And you need to learn from your mistakes. So basically, one of the biggest examples I always give to my brother is about Thomas Edison. So if he did not try 1,000 times and if he did not fail 1,000 times and learn from every time, then pretty much we're not going to have the electricity and the light. So the thing is, when he learned how to keep passing through those mistakes and learn from them, this is how he was able to evolve and become better, and he was able to deliver to us what we have right now. In contrast, a fixed mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence are fixed traits and they cannot be changed, as the example that I have gave previously. Now, there was a study of students in Singapore found out that those who had a growth mindset were more likely to improve on their grades over time than those who had a fixed mindset. Now, how can we develop a growth mindset? Now, there's some things that we're going to look into about some ways that you can start to work on yourself in order to achieve that growth mindset. Let's go next. Okay, so first thing, and this is very important, you have to set goals and you have to set smart or basically the measurable goals. They have to have a specific time and a limit to them. And I would advise one thing is to attach your goals with an emotional value. Like, for example, you want to increase your income. Why do you want to increase your income? Maybe you want to feel safer. Maybe you want to provide stability to your family. Maybe you want to buy your mom that dream house that she always wanted. So the thing is, when you attach an emotional value to your goals, they become more achievable. Now, after we set our goals, now there's really three most important things that you should adapt when you are getting into the growth mindset. First, I recommend that you start reading a lot of self-development books. Basically, those people are different people than us. They have lived different circumstances than us. So start reading the mistakes that they have passed through, what they have learned from it, how did they achieve, and what did they achieve, and adapt to the things that are suitable to your life. So for example, some people, they could do things, but the thing is, these are not suitable to your values, so you don't have to adapt to them. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't read them and actually expand your mindset like more than what it already is. Now, second thing, which is actually what I'm doing right now, is embrace discomfort. So I have stage fright. So then I tend to panic. I'm a very social person, but I tend to panic when I'm speaking in front of people. So what I try to do is, should I just close the camera? Should I just like not go in front of people? Should I just not go stand and talk in front of people and hide in my room and cry about it? No. What I do is I dare myself every single day to get in front of the camera. I have a YouTube channel. I tend to film YouTube videos and force myself, force my heart to beat even faster so I can practice every single time. I force myself to go to networking events where I can socialize with new people, introduce myself, embarrass myself over and over again in order for me to move on from my stage fright. I tend to basically follow many of those tips in order for me to get over my stage fright, because if I don't practice and if I don't basically press on my discomfort, then I'm never going to be able to move forward with my life. There's nothing wrong with having fears in your life, but don't let your fears be the blockage for you to reach your goals. And now, the last but really most important one is learn new skills. Don't depend again only on your schoolwork, but I do recommend actually expanding by taking courses, listening to podcasts, listening to YouTube videos, trying to go for mentors, but learn new skills. You never know, maybe this new skill could be the reason why you quit a job that you really don't like and maybe start your own business, or maybe even go to a better job with a better environment and a better salary. So basically expand your skills and learn new skills, and specifically the skills, make sure that when you're learning new skills that they are up to date, because usually what we learn in school is not really the things that are relevant. Sometimes they teach you things that are 2 years ago, but look at 2020 and, for example, look at how we are right now. There is a huge difference. There is a huge difference in technology, and a lot of things have changed. So for example, let's say you're learning something like Facebook ads. Facebook ads in 2020 are not the same way as Facebook ads right now. So for example, if it was taught to you in school with the program or the schedule for 2020, then it's going to be pretty much using it right now. So you always have to make sure you're up to date, and this is by improving your skills. Take courses, find a mentor, and let's keep going. Let's go to the next slide, please. Okay, now I always say this, I'm not the one who actually made that saying, but your network is your net worth. Tell me, who do you know? And I'm going to tell you who you are. I'm going to tell you what do you have in your bank account. So cultivate your network. To cultivate a network, it's important to be proactive and strategic. This might involve attending industry events, joining professional organizations, or reaching out to people in your field on social media or on LinkedIn. And guys, LinkedIn is a great place to network with people in your industry, whether people they're way ahead of you or whether people that they are just starting, but it's a very nice place to actually connect with people in your career and in your area. This can also open for you opportunities for more work, or maybe open your opportunities for learning a new skill, etc. Now, building a strong network of professional contacts can be a key factor in your career success. This includes not only your colleagues and coworkers, but also your mentors, industry experts, and others who can provide guidance and support to you. So as I said, not only, for example, just a small example of LinkedIn, you can find people who can be your mentors. You can find people who can be your students. You can find people who are kind of on the same level, but maybe they're doing something different, so you can adapt even new skills. Now, there is a research that was shown that networking can lead to a better job opportunities and a higher salary. A study by LinkedIn found that 85% of jobs are filled through networking. Another study found that workers who were referred by someone in their network were 15 times more likely to be hired than those who applied through a job abroad. And the reason for that is basically, if I know someone and I'm working in an industry and I can try to bring that person in, I can tell my employer that I trust this person is trustworthy, this person has these skills, and he is fit for the job. So he is going to guarantee my word over something that he has just seen on his LinkedIn or on his CV. Okay, let's go next, please. And can we zoom it in a little bit? I feel like it's too small. I think we can. If we can zoom it out, it's okay. It's fine. I can continue like that. But I think there is an option that we can zoom in. Yes, much better. Thank you. Okay. Let's go to the slide where I stopped. Yes, please. Okay, now the third tip that we have today is embrace the change and adaptability. Wait, is it the one before that? Yes, we finished up the next one. Okay, so now the third tip that we have for today is embrace change and adaptability. So face the change with open arms. Well, as we know that in this life, there's nothing that is stable. Nothing is going to stay here the same. Not your friends, not your boyfriend or your girlfriend, not even your family. At some point, you're going to have to face different types of change in your life, whether it's from a change of job, change of people from around you, basically change even within yourself. You have to learn how to be open to change and welcome it with open arms. So now there's actually two ways where you can adapt to change, because change tends to be a very scary thing to many of us. First thing, practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being present in the moment and not judgmentally observing your thoughts and your emotions. By practicing mindfulness, you can become more aware of your thoughts and feelings around change and learn to accept them without resistance or judgment. This can help you to embrace change more easily and reduce feelings of anxiety and stress. So as I said, for example, like you lost your job. Okay, so the thing is, you will start to panic. Where will I get the money from? Oh, what will I do right now? Now I don't know what to do with my time. How can I find another job? But maybe you have actually lost this job to open for you an opportunity for a better job, to open for you the time for you to start focusing on a new skill. And that skill could be actually the reason for you to start your own business or to land a much better job in that skill. And maybe that skill is something that you actually enjoy compared to that job that was pretty much boring and toxic to you. So the thing is, learn how to understand yourself. And basically, by learning how to understand yourself and understanding the change that is happening around you to avoid anxiety or overly unused, basically, stress, what I do is I journal. And I journal in my Elixir notebook. Yeah, I think you can see it here. Yeah, I journal in my Elixir notebook, and you can find it actually on our website, or you can just use any other notebook, but that's like my advertising for today. So I tend to journal how I feel. I tend to journal when I'm passing through a change or through a stressful time in order for me to understand myself more and in order for me to understand what makes me panic, what makes me happy. So I can else do more of it, or else I can understand my mistakes and maybe try to avoid them or learn from them. There was a study by the Center for Creative Leadership that found that leaders who were able to adapt to changing circumstances were more likely to be successful. If you're able to be faster, to adapt to change faster, you will be able to reach your success faster than you just refusing that it's there, refusing that it does exist. For example, again, like the Nokia example of basically like our grandparents and parents who refuse basically to adapt to the new technologies. So they stay with the old mindset of things. So this is how they're not able to evolve or maybe make even their life easier, because right now with the technology and with everything that is happening around us, things have been made so much easier for us. Now, the second thing that we can focus about is focus on the opportunity. As I said, for example, you have lost your job. Look at the opportunities that you actually will get with you losing your job. Not that you have lost your job, now you have no money, now you have nothing to do, now you're a loser, what will the society think, all of these things. But focus on the opportunity. Now you have better time to maybe invest in your hobby, to learn new skills that can make you land a better job or even better income, maybe from the comfort of your home. So Yes, true, change can be scary, but it also presents new opportunities for growth and learning. Instead of focusing on the challenges or potential negatives of change, try to focus on the positive opportunities it presents. Ask yourself. Now, there's a couple questions that we should actually ask ourselves, but let's now focus on the biggest two, and maybe the rest we're going to focus on our next webinars. So basically, when you're facing a change, try to ask yourself this: what new skills or experience can I gain from this change? For example, you have lost someone who could be dear to you. So the thing is, maybe this have taught you that you, before that, you always used to think that I am not strong enough to handle something like that. But then you realize you're strong enough to handle something like that, and also to be there for the loved ones of that person. So that have proved to you that you are more of a stronger person than you think you are. You know how to adapt to hardship. You know how to basically be patient, even with yourself, and even to provide the help and love for the people around you. Same thing with you losing a job. This have maybe given you the opportunity to provide for yourself a better skill, to provide for yourself, look at the experience that you have had. So then maybe you have realized that you cannot maybe take orders from someone. So this have made you realize that no, your place is to be more of like a manager than to be someone who can take orders, because this is not something about your personality. So try to understand what experience and skill have you actually got from this change. Second question you can ask yourself is, how can I use this change to achieve my goals and pursue my passion? Losing your job, starting a new skill that can lead to your new business or even a better job that you actually enjoy. For example, the not bake shop, the bakery. Yes. So the thing is, you love to bake so much, things you never had a chance because of your work. So then maybe you can start by showing your cakes and your little cute cupcakes and your donuts, etc., on maybe your social media. Maybe get sponsors. Maybe start advertising yourself and stuff, so people can actually trust you. Either you'll get hired by someone who's already maybe your dream bakery, or maybe you can even have enough money to start your own bakery. So the thing is, there's many things that can fall into it by just having that space of for yourself after you have faced that change. So always try to look first of all about the opportunity that you have gained from this change. And I think that's it. Let's go next. Okay, now for our first tip here is practice good communication skills. Most of us actually do lack this. And the thing is, every day I'm trying to work actually on my communication skills, and I do recommend that all of you do, because one of the things that I will actually mention it in one of the points over here, but when you go for any interview, the people will tend to judge you more about your personality more than about your skills or your CV. If they feel a good connection from you, basically the vibe, you're more likely to be hired than actually someone who has like an off vibe, even if that person is super professional in their work. So the thing is, learning how to communicate with people, this is going to help you as well improve your chances in your professional life, even in your personal life. So good communication skills are essential for success in any career. This includes not only speaking clearly and effectively, but also active listening. Try to listen to understand, not listen to reply. This is a very important thing that you have to always keep in your mind. Build a strong relationships with co-workers, your clients, and also your loved ones. Practice active. Now, another thing that we have to look at, there was actually a study by the National Association of Colleges and Employers found that communication skills were the most important factor in hiring decision. See, I didn't mention that. So the thing is, when you are communicating properly, when you know when to reply and when to listen in an interview, or let's say when you are trying to do a seminar, etc., this will make the people else pay more attention to you and respect you, or else it's going to make them draft away from you. Also, another fact was that according to a study by the Project Management Institution, ineffective communication is the primary cause of project failure in 30% of the cases. So a lot of the projects that a lot of the companies work on, basically 30% of them do tend to fail because of the lack or the poor communication skills that are happening within the organization. This usually happens in really big organizations, and maybe some big organizations are still standing till today because they have tried to maintain good communication skills. They do give seminars about this and to their employees. They give seminars about this to even their employers, so they can learn how to connect with one another and understand one another. Now, there is some skills that can help you elevate your communication skills and become a better communicator. We're going to dive more deeply into them in our next webinar, but I'm going to give you some of them. First thing, practice active listening. Let's say if you're a person who talks a lot, actually try this time when somebody's talking to you, not to interrupt them and just listen to them. Listen and try to pay attention to what they're saying. Be clear and concise. Try not to use language that is so difficult for maybe people around you to understand and adapt. So the thing is, don't use complex words that could make the person feel like they're ignorant. And this is something that's going to make them just rebel away from you. Now, another thing is choose the right medium. You need to learn what is the right time and the right place for a specific conversation. Some things can be done on an email, but some things are better face to face. You need to learn how to have conversations and when exactly to have them and what type will be suitable for what type of medium. So, for example, maybe I want a professional request, maybe an email would be much better for it than me texting them on WhatsApp or something like that, where basically some details can be gone within the chat. You got it. So the thing is, it's better maybe to keep it with a professional email. But if it's a very important topic that's maybe concerning you, and it's especially if it's personal to you, then it's maybe better to be done face to face. Now let's go to the next point, which is practice empathy. When somebody's talking to you, or when you're talking to someone, try to be as empathetic as possible with them. Maybe try to pay attention. Maybe someone is talking to you about something that is hurting them. Maybe you playing on the phone and like not looking at them. This is something that's going to make them feel like you don't really care. So this is going to break the connection and the communication between the both of you. Give and receive feedback. Now, this is really important. You have to give the people around you, whether they're involved in your life in a professional way or in a personal way, you need to give them feedback. So, for example, maybe one of your friends or one of your colleagues doesn't listen. So the thing is, you have to tell them that maybe it would be better if you start to pay a little bit of attention to this, this, and that. I think this would help both of us achieve this. So I think this would be a better way of communication. Also accept, basically accept the good critique, basically. That's all I can say. That basically when someone tries to come advise you about something, or when someone is trying to voice out that how you don't listen, you talk a lot, you don't pay attention, all of these things, maybe try to think about them and try to analyze yourself if they're actually within you. And the last but not least, and again with my stage fright or with my talking, it's practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. So the thing is, first time is probably going to be hard, second time a bit easier, third time then fourth time it's like it feels like you're just talking to your friends. Now let's go next, please. Okay, now fifth, and this is actually the last point of this webinar. Now you need to learn, this is the last point that we have actually mentioned, one of the key points to improve your communication skills. Seek feedback and learn from your mistakes. Now there's actually two ways where you can do that. Now, one of them is ask for the feedback directly, or seek out a coach or a mentor who's professional in your field that can actually guide you. Feedback helps us to grow and improve, and learning from mistakes helps us to avoid repeating them in the future. Seek feedback from colleagues, mentors, and supervisors, and take action to address any areas of improvement. Okay, so now let's look into the two factors that could actually help us take the feedback, whether asking for it directly or whether by going through a coach. So asking for a feedback, one of the easiest ways to receive feedback is to ask for it directly. Reach out to people you trust, such as your colleagues, your friends, or a mentor, and ask for their honest feedback. Basically, try to go for people who you trust and they know, and you know for a fact that when they're going to advise you or when they're going to criticize you, it's mainly going to be for your own good. Be specific about what you want feedback on and be open to constructive criticism. So the thing is, there's a difference between the criticism that can damage you and the criticism that's going to make you a better person and maybe make you see your flaws that you can work on in order for you to be closer to your goal. Now, second thing is seeking out a coach or a mentor. And as I said, LinkedIn is a great place to actually find people like that, especially how we're all now dependent on just being online at home on our laptops. So LinkedIn could be a very nice place for us to socialize, maybe try to find our coaches or our mentors. A coach or a mentor can provide valuable feedback and guidance on your self-growth journey. They can help you identify areas for improvement, provide objective feedback, and offer suggestions for how to achieve your goals. Seek out a coach or a mentor who has experience in your field or area of interest and is willing to provide honest and constructive feedback. Now, according to a study by Harvard Business Review, people who actively seek feedback are more likely to achieve their goals more than those who don't seek feedback at all. So again, this is also something about adapting to change. A lot of people don't tend to go for feedbacks because they are afraid of change. They're afraid to see the flaws within themselves, and this makes them panic a little bit. So they tend to just try to avoid trying to get feedback from people. But give feedback and get feedback as well. Basically, try to build a healthier communication environment between the people around you, whether it's at work or whether it's at home. And last but not least, it's actually just about me. So as I said, I'm Sundus Darwish, and also known as Sundus Amdadel. Amdadel is kind of like basically my known name. Darwish is just like on the passport. And yeah, since I was 16, I started my first ever business, which was like selling cosmetics and importing cosmetics from outside to Saudi Arabia, where at that time, cosmetics and basically the things for women were not that much provided in the city where I grew up in. So I started contacting foreign suppliers to get the cosmetics. And this is when I started basically being completely independent from my family. And this is how my entrepreneurial journey began. And thank you.
Thank you very much, Sondos, for this excellent
Yeah, I
knowledge
need
that you've
water.
provided us with.
Oh, thank you.
So something else that we would like to talk to you about is an event that we are going to host. It's called the Celebration of Life. And let me just open up a few details about it. So the Celebration of Life basically talks about, it's going to be hosted in New Delhi, which is the capital of India. And it's basically a 2-day event consisting of, in the first day, live talks, seminars, and an award show with a few, 1 or 2 performances. And on the second day, we would be having a much larger concert with celebrity artists and emerging artists. If you'd like to come along, please do. Well, you're more than welcome to join us there at the event. With this event, we're trying to recognize NGOs, individuals, and various companies that are creating a positive impact on society and real life superheroes, basically. We have 40 award categories to present. If you would like to be nominated for something, do let us know. If anything you would like to share with us, please do email us at contact@missionelixir.com. We are also collaborating with Halo for the concert, which is Halo Studios is basically music, motion picture, and theater. And with the collaboration, we are seeking to expand what Mission Elixir stands for through the mediums of music and motion picture. Through this event, we would also be having merchandise sales. And if you do have a corporate yourself and you would like to allocate as a CSR effort or just as a general contribution, you're more than welcome. We can talk about collaborations, etc. We also looking for sponsors in any way that is possible for the celebration of life. Is there anything else to add on those?
I think that's it so far, but we're also going to be hosting rising artists. And this is something we're very interested about. So we can support artists that have amazing voice and amazing talent with this event as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's an important detail that I should add there.
Yes, emerging artists, and if you are into music, motion picture, or theater yourself, you can contact us as well, and we'll see what we can do in terms of a collaboration.
This event is actually meant to bring all of us together and understand each other even better, network, and build a very, very beautiful environment for all of our Elixir.
With the celebration of life, we are also, it's our first larger scale event since the founding of the company, and we're trying to make it really special for this event. That's all for the webinar for today. If you do have any questions, or please do let us know. I'll
You
just
can
turn
type your
on
questions in the chat
in the chat.
box. Oh, thank you. Thank you for attending. Okay, so I think that's it. If no one else has any other questions, then we would love to see you in our next weekend webinar, and we would be very happy if you're a part of it. And we're going to announce the topic soon. And also, you can give us your suggestions in our comments, or you can DM us on Instagram or on the community group on WhatsApp. What would you actually like us to talk about next?
If you have
I
any
think,
suggestions of how we can, if you'd like to see something special on this webinar, do let us know, and we'll try to incorporate it here.
yes, exactly. Okay, I guess that's it for today. So we would love to see you on next weekend. We hope you all a nice weekend. Enjoy your time with your loved ones and take care.
Thank you very much for
Goodbye.
attending.
And
See you
thank you
next
for
time.
Devansh.
Thank you, Sandos.